Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. Hey, everyone. We're going to give everybody about 5 more minutes or so to join in. We got about 61 people live. Okay. I'm just going to head here and reading y'all comments. Hey, everybody. Go ahead and leave y'all Instagram names in the comment section. Make sure you guys go ahead and follow each other so we can get acquainted with everybody. I'm super excited to come on here and announce the giveaway winner, y'all. Super excited. So we're going to do the Q&A first, and then we are going to go ahead and announce the winner last. So we're probably going to announce the winner probably at about 7:15. So I'm thinking about 7:15 is when we are going to go ahead and announce both of the giveaway winners. Make sure y'all go ahead and leave your Instagram names in the comment section so y'all can get acquainted with each other. And I'm going to go ahead and share this on my Instagram page just so if anybody else wants to go ahead and join in, they can. So we're going to do a quick little boomerang. All right, cool. So join in to the live. So we're about to get started in a couple minutes. Just letting everybody go ahead and join in. And y'all, I'm super excited for this live, y'all. I know so many of you guys have been leaving me questions and stuff in my DMs. And y'all, I literally have probably 70 plus unread DMs at this point. So I'm super excited to go on here and answer some questions for you guys that I may have not even got to in my DM. So we got almost 70 people in here. So that is lit. We're about to go ahead and get started. So basically how this little live Q&A session is going to go is I'm going to give you guys probably about 45 minutes to go through and ask me any questions that you guys have. If it is pertaining more so to your business as a whole, meaning if you're going to ask me, how can I get some more sales? What can I do as far as like if it's pertaining to your specific business, then I recommend booking a coaching session with me because I can't sit here and, give you guys actual answers pertaining to your actual business as a whole. But if it is like a more general question, I can definitely answer that during the live. So please just go ahead and answer any general questions. And yes, I will be saving this live. This live will be saved on my YouTube channel. So if you guys do have to go ahead and step out, that is perfectly fine. So go ahead and start flooding the comment section with some questions, y'all, so we can go ahead and get started. And if you're just joining, we are going to announce the giveaway winner at about 7:15. So we're going to do the Q&A first, and then we'll announce the giveaway winner last. So flood the comment section with some questions that you guys have. I know a lot of you guys have wrote me on Instagram and commented on the actual post and asked some different questions. So we're about to hop right on in. And I'm about to answer some questions for y'all. So let's see what the first question is. All right. So the first question I see right here is I am from Queen C, and it says, I am a new boutique owner and I don't have a website to work off of Instagram. Do you think a website is a must? Yes, a website is a must. Period. You need a website. When you go to Target and when you go to Walmart, do you walk up to the cashier and say, hey, do you DM them to order anything? No, they have an actual website for you to go in and for you to make sure that you are able to access your products quickly and efficiently. So you need to offer the same thing when it comes to your customers. No one wants to sit there and send a DM and say, hey, can I order this? What is your price list for this? No one wants to do that. Everyone in your consumers want all of the information straight to the point and straight at hand. So definitely a website is a must. Please share tips on pre-launch. When do I tell my followers? Do you suggest doing a coming in summer 2021? Or do you suggest waiting until the summer? So tips for pre-launching is you need to build up anticipation. your pre-launch and your launch needs to be like a party. You need to make sure that everyone is super anticipated. Everyone is super pumped for your pre-launch. Everyone is ready. So if you are, just going on Instagram and you're saying, hey, I just launched, and you didn't warm up your customers at all, what can you expect? Same thing when you're building a relationship with actual human beings. You want to get to know that person before you, jump off anything. So same thing, ladies. Let's say you meet a guy and first thing he wants to do is get your number. Same thing when it comes to business. The first thing you want to do with your customers is not to get a sale. You want to warm up your audience. You want to get them engaged, and you want to be able to allow them to get to know your brand. So you definitely need to have a pre-launch strategy, some type of pre-launch plan. Like I said, make sure it's exciting, make sure it's fun, but definitely do provide a time frame as to when you are going to launch, if you are going to begin promoting on social media. So coming summer 2021 is perfect because you're not giving them an exact date, but you are giving them some type of timeline. So that is very, very important. And do you suggest waiting until the summer? It depends on whenever you're ready to launch your business. So if you think that you're ready summer, then go ahead and launch in the summer. But one thing about me, and if you guys watch any of my videos, I always stress the importance of taking your time and making sure that you are actually ready to launch this business before you do, because that is the first way that most businesses fail. The first way that you see a lot of these businesses, they're open 1 month and then the next month, boom, they close. So you guys definitely want to go ahead and avoid that at all costs. So take your time. So if summer comes around, summer is coming around pretty quickly. We're already in March. So technically, so if you aren't ready, then don't push the issue. Let me see. I lost where I was at. It's so many questions. Oh my goodness. Okay. The next question is from Coco K, and it says, do you pay for a registered agent for your LLC? And no, I did not pay for a registered agent for my LLC. I believe that when I filed mine, I believe I put myself as my registered agent, I believe. So I would definitely contact your local government that handles your LLC and see, what their handlings are for that. But I believe that when I did mine, I either registered myself or my mom as my registered agent. I can't really remember. That was a long time ago. So what are some suggestions from writing a store policy? One thing I would do when it comes to writing a store policy is to write down some of the different terms and conditions that you're going to have right off the bat, such as shipping policies, return policies, terms and conditions, different things like that. And if you're going to be using Shopify, I think her name is Kamora. If you're going to be using Shopify, they actually come with a store policy template. And all you have to do is go through and add in the different things that are relevant and pertaining to your business. So definitely go through and do that, so that way you have that down as well. But yes, let me go back. I keep losing my spot, y'all. So many questions coming through. But yeah, definitely just go through on Shopify. They have like a template for terms and conditions and store policy, and just add different things that are pertaining to your business. How early do you think you should announce your boutique? This is a really good question, and this is a question that I get a lot. So I think that the earliest that you should announce that you are opening a boutique is no more than 3 weeks and no less than a week and a half, 2 weeks. And the reason I say that is because you don't want your audience or people that are, anticipating your launch, you don't want them to forget. So if you say that you're going to launch in 2 months, by the time 1 month comes, everybody done forgot that you're going to even launch your boutique. So it's super important for you guys to go through. And that's why I say 3 weeks is a good enough time frame, because you're able to, provide content. You're able to interact more. You're able to build that email list, that text message marketing list. You're able to show, the different products that you're going to be offering. So that's a good enough time frame for you to go ahead and do that. But if you are going to wait 3 weeks, that means you need to be pumping out content, so that way your customers and your potential members of your target audience, they do not forget about your launch. So definitely no more than 3 weeks, and no less than like a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe. It just depends on your launch strategy and what you are going to be doing to anticipate that launch and make it exciting. How do you go about vacations with your orders? So this was really, really hard for me. When I started my business, is going on vacation and having orders. So one thing that I did do was I put a flyer on my site on my site, and then I also put a flyer on my Instagram page, and I said all orders made in between blah 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 date and blah 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 date will be shipped on X, Y, and Z date. So whenever date I came back, that was when you could expect your order to be shipped out. So I highly recommend just making it transparent for your audience. You don't have to tell them that you're going on vacation or anything like that, but just being transparent and allowing them to know, hey, all orders will be shipped out on this day. So when you come back from vacation, you can go ahead and begin shipping orders out on that day, and you don't have 20 people sending you a DM like, oh my goodness, where's my order? You haven't shipped out my order. What's going on? Type of thing. So really important that you go ahead and be transparent with your audience and just let them know that, you know, those orders will be shipped out on whatever date that you get back from vacation. Next question is, I am getting a lot of questions about pre-launching. So I am going to answer that last. Pre-launch strategy. How do you pay for shipping, or is it included in your overall pricing? So I'm not sure if you mean, do I pay for shipping? Do you pay for shipping, or is it included? Okay, I get what she's saying. So this is from Stefana Valerie, and she is asking, do you pay for shipping, or is it included in the overall pricing? So the way that I do shipping when it comes to my boutique is I charge for shipping after the customer goes ahead and pays for their order. So let's say the customer gets at checkout. I usually charge $8.50 for shipping, just because even if it's over that amount of weight, it kind of still balances out. And if it's under that amount of weight, I make a profit off of that shipping. So let me kind of break that down a little bit. So if you're on my site, you go ahead and you get to checkout. Your subtotal of the order, you're going to have taxes if you live in the state of Florida, which is where I'm from, and then you'll have the price of shipping. So I do charge shipping at checkout. I don't include the price of shipping into my actual price point of my items. And the reason I don't do that is because I don't usually offer free shipping. The only time I offer free shipping is if it's like an incentive, or if I'm doing it as a pro bono or a marketing strategy or something like that. But it just really depends on your marketing strategy and how you see it fit for your business. But you can go ahead and include the price of shipping into your prices. But just know that it depends on your boutique if you're going to be doing affordable, if you're going to be doing luxury. If you're going to be doing luxury, of course, include the price of shipping. So that way it kind of makes the price seem a little bit less for your customer when they're purchasing. So that way they don't have to include or pay for that price of shipping rather. So hopefully that makes sense. Chunky Eyes Jazz asks, I know every state is different, but how long after you apply for your LLC and resale certificate should it arrive to you? I live in the state of Florida, and mine arrived about, I want to say about 2 weeks. And I ordered mine during the pandemic. So I wouldn't say about 2 weeks is a good enough time frame. Same thing for your resale certificate. I would say about 2 weeks is a good enough time frame for you to see. And then after that, I would definitely call and check up and see. Next question is from Lexi Ree, and it says, is Fashion Go a good company to go to when first starting your clothing boutique? And the answer is yes. If you watch any of my videos, y'all know I rant and rave about Fashion Go all the time. Fashion Go is definitely my #1 source for vendors. So if you guys aren't signed up for the webinar, it is completely sold out at this point. I only had 100 slots left, and I will be sending you guys an email with more information about that. So I only have 100 slots left for the webinar. So if you do go onto my site, you will see that the webinar for the vendors is completely sold out because I booked over 100 slots. So you guys will definitely be getting more information about that. But definitely Fashion Go is a great vendor for clothing boutique and all that good stuff. Next question is, how do you build a website? That is a really broad question. There's tons and tons of videos on YouTube that'll give you more information about how to build a website. You can either build it yourself on Fashion Go. You can go ahead and buy, or you can go on Theme Forest and buy a theme on Theme Forest and go ahead and play with it that way. But I think the easiest way to build a website is just going to be building one straight through the Fashion Go platform and just using some of those website templates that they come with, just because that is going to be the most user-friendly. Kimberly Thomas asks, I can't decide what to sell. There are so many different options. I'm thinking about hair, jewelry, plus size clothing, any advice? So my first tip of advice, always, y'all gonna get tired of me talking about this, but it is to definitely figure out who your target audience is. So once you figure out who your target audience is, then you'll have a better insight to see what items I should be selling. So let's say, for example, your target audience is, she's a party girl. She's in between the ages of 18 to 26. She's a college student, and she lives in the southern region, and some different things like that. So with knowing all of that, that can definitely fit into most of those different slots. It could fit into hair, it could fit into jewelry, it can fit into clothing. But knowing all of those different things about your target audience kind of breaks it down for you to think, what does this target audience need? What is the need of this audience? As business owners, we always need to be providing something that can be beneficial for our audiences. So you need to really figure out, what is the need and the focus of that target audience, and what are the different things that they are looking to gain, whether it be jewelry or whether it be hair or whether it be clothing. So definitely figure out your target audience first. And then I promise you, after that, you'll have a better idea as to what things that you should be selling. But those are three completely different genres. Hair is considered beauty for the most part. Jewelry is considered accessories. And then clothing, of course, is considered like fashion and all that good stuff. So definitely narrow that down. Favorite Bless said, hi, do you need a vendor's permit to purchase merchandise? And the answer is yes and no. So it depends on what vendors you are using. So if you're going on Fashion Go, LA Showroom, any of those bigger LA-based marketplaces, then yes, you are going to need a resale certificate. And that is only to protect the vendor and to protect you. So your resale certificate is basically granting you the permission to resell items. So you're basically telling the government, hey, I have a business. I am going to be reaching out to vendors, wholesale vendors, and I'm going to be purchasing inventory from them at a wholesale rate, tax-free. So when you have your resale certificate and you purchase inventory from a lot of these vendors, you are not paying taxes. So by getting your resale certificate, you're telling the government, hey, I have a business, and I know that I have a business, and I'm taking on the responsibility of paying taxes. So that's the only reason why you're not paying taxes when you have your resale certificate, is because you're telling the government that you will be paying taxes on that items once you do sell it. Kamara Vincent asked, what is the best graphic design app to use to make announcements on social media? And I would say it depends on your level of expertise when it comes to making graphics. I personally use Photoshop for making all of my graphics. And the reason I do is because I'm pretty experienced with graphic design. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to record this too so I can get some good footage for y'all. So, yeah, it depends on your level of expertise when it comes to graphic design. So if you are, super experienced with graphic design, I would recommend using Photoshop just because it gives you a lot more flexibility when it comes to graphics. But if you aren't super experienced, definitely use Canva. Canva. Literally, Canva is the GOAT. Sometimes I just go on there even though I have graphic design experience just because I don't feel like fooling around with Photoshop sometimes. So definitely Canva. You can also use PicMonkey. That's another good one. And then what's another one? I think those are definitely two of the best ones when it comes to like making, quick graphics that are easy to translate your message to with your audience on social media. Victoria Jackson asks, is it rare that your city may deny your business license if it is in your home? Yes. So some cities I have heard will deny a business license to you because some states rather don't allow you to conduct business in your actual home. And that definitely it sucks. It definitely does suck. I'm not exactly sure of a lot of different, depending on your city, but I would definitely recommend. Jasmine, I did answer your question. I'm sitting here reading and trying to talk at the same time. But Jasmine, I did answer your question. I said you should wait about no more than 3 weeks and no less than 2.5 weeks. But going back down, yes, it really depends on your state. Some states, like I said, allow you to, and some states don't. So it really just depends. Coco H says, what is the best way to ship, by weight or flat shipping? Always ship by weight. Some people will tell you to do flat shipping. Some people won't. I ship by weight. And the reason I do is because I want to make a profit on my shipping. So let's say, for example, what's something I can grab here real quick? Let's say I sell stationary items and I'm going to ship this mouse right here, right? This mouse does not weigh a lot. This mouse right here does not weigh a lot. So if I'm charging $8.50 for this mouse, to ship this mouse, I'm probably only going to pay about $3 to ship it because it doesn't weigh a lot. So I'm making about a $5 profit off of that, off of shipping that, because the weight of this item. However, it can get a little bit tricky. So let's say you have a customer who orders a huge box of items. Trust me, it has happened to me numerous times. Customers come on my site and they order a bulk of different items, y'all, a huge amount of items. And then I weigh it, and then I have to then go on there and I have to pay maybe $20 for shipping. So it's definitely, it has its pros and it has its cons, but I always do weight because usually I'm not shipping any items that are super, super heavy. Every now and again, I'll get a huge order, but it really just depends on the overall weight of your item. So if you're going to be doing lashes, if you're going to be selling accessories, if you're going to be selling, you know, light garments that don't weigh a ton, I would always recommend doing shipping by weight, because flat rate shipping, if you're going to be charging your customer, let's say $8 for shipping for flat rate, then all of your money is spent on flat rate. You don't get to make a profit off of that. So if you are going to be holding some of those more lightweight items, definitely go through and offer some weighted items. All right, it's so many questions, y'all. Thank y'all for asking all of these. We're probably going to have to push the giveaway announcement back a little bit because it's a lot of questions. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't skip anyone. Where are we? Oh, it is so many questions. Okay, right here. It says, I'm trying to start a petite boutique and I'm scared I won't be able to find vendors. Are there any petite vendors out there? I would say that market is very, very, very small. You're going to have to do a lot of research when it comes to finding petite vendors, or you're going to just have to be really selective off of the different items that you want to bring to your boutique. So you're going to have to be really careful when it comes to, you know, shopping for any type of bottoms, especially because a lot of these vendors' bottoms are definitely going to run a little long. So definitely just do your research there. But I don't know any petite vendors off the top of my head that I can share with you. You're probably just going to have to do a ton of research to see if you can find any there. Alexandra asks, business name. Should I include the word shop in my business name when getting your LLC? When getting my LLC, or add shop just to my Instagram name and website? It depends. Some people only add shop because that name probably was taken on social media. So me, for example, my boutique name is Wanted Wardrobe, right? When I tried to take Wanted Wardrobe on Instagram, have that be my Instagram name, it was taken. So the only thing that was available was shop. So I added shop Wanted Wardrobe there. And I think shop is actually could be really beneficial. So if I just saw Wanted Wardrobe, I don't know, you know, if I would have thought, if as a consumer, I don't know if I would have known that that was an actual boutique. So having that shop in there kind of, you know, makes it known that you're at actual boutique business, and it kind of, you know, helps you out a little bit. So it has its pros and it has its cons, but if you are able to use it, definitely go ahead and do so. But it's not necessary to add the shop in there at all. Janet Smith asks, when you do lives, do you give the price of the item during the live? I don't know what you mean there. Re-ask your question down below. I don't know what you mean by when you do lives, do you give the price of the item during the live? Oh, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Okay, so I do this thing on my Instagram page sometimes where I go ahead and I go live on Instagram to show off of my new arrivals. And no, I do never share the actual price of the item, just because I want my customers to build up that traffic on my website. I want there to be traffic on my site. So I want to give you enough information that you know enough about the product itself, and then you can make that conscious decision of whether or not you want to go ahead and purchase after you've seen it on my actual site. So no, I don't share the price on my lives. Do I do promos? Yes. So if you are interested in sending me any items, go ahead and send me an email, and I can definitely promote your items on my YouTube page, on my YouTube channel during my video. So if you guys have any items that you guys are willing to send me, definitely send me an email, and I'll go ahead and send you my address so that way you guys can send me some of your products, and I'll shout you out during my YouTube videos. I actually kind of want to do promo videos as a whole and just shout you guys' business out. So if you guys have any items that you want to go ahead and send me an email, and then I'll send you my address, so that way you guys can send those items to me and I'll shout you out during my videos. Next question is from Kamara Vincent. It says, is it a good idea to launch on a holiday such as Mother's Day? I would say it has its pros and it has its cons. It depends. If you are, marketing towards, and if your target audience is moms, definitely launch on Mother's Day. If your target audience has nothing to do with moms, don't launch on Mother's Day. Let's say if you're opening up maybe a children's boutique, or if you are targeting mothers in general, definitely by any means go ahead and launch on Mother's Day. That'll actually be really cool. That'll be a genius marketing strategy. But if your brand has nothing to do with moms at all, it won't be actually fitting, and it kind of will be a distraction to the actual holiday itself. So then I won't actually recommend launching on Mother's Day. D Diamond said, I got my LLC. Congratulations. Shania Goodman said, okay, got it. Makes perfect sense. Great example. Perfect. Sherelle G says, hey, I tried to email you. Do you have another email address that I can contact you through? So if you guys are trying to send me any emails, go ahead and send me an email at, I'm going to type it into the chat, at herhustleacademy@gmail.com. Perfect. All right. So I went ahead and dropped down my email address down there. So if you guys have any promotional products you want to send, or any additional questions after this live, send it to that email address, because y'all, my DMs are flooded in. Literally, it's crazy. So next question is from Jasmine. She says, any advice on how to bring followers to your Instagram? Tons of different ways that you can bring followers to your Instagram. For one, I always vouch for doing a giveaway. So right here, I'm doing a giveaway. Y'all, I don't even know how many followers I've gotten on my Instagram page just by simply doing a giveaway. So right here, I've done a giveaway. I made one of the rules to follow me on Instagram. You can do the same thing when it comes to your business. So do a giveaway. Make sure you have your audience go ahead and follow you on your social media. That's a great way. Having brand ambassadors, having influencers is a great way to get followers. Using hashtags is another great way to get followers on Instagram. Just really posting consistently and making sure that your posts are shareable. So making sure that your audience who is already following you goes ahead and shares your content. I always stress the importance of making sure that your target consumers and your customers, make them mini brand ambassadors. Everyone these days loves some type of recognition. So make sure that your posts are shareable, so that way you can get followers that way as well. Shimon Skipper asks, if we announce our logo in coming soon, but stuck LOL, what should we be posting? After that, I wouldn't post that too soon. That's what a lot of businesses make the mistake of doing. Once you post your logo and you post coming soon, and then you have nothing else to follow up after that with, it confuses your customer, because they're like, okay, coming soon, but now what? And they forget about your brand. It's on to the next boutique. I always tell y'all all the time, there is a new boutique popping up every single day. So you have to be consistent with your posting. You have to make sure that you're staying on top of it, so that way your customers don't forget about your brand. So I can see why you might be stuck after that. After that, you need to be promoting product. You need to be showcasing some filler content, posting some quotes, some different things like that. Show some little teasers or different things like that. Get your audience really engaged and really excited about your launch. Next question is from Shia Shake. It says, how do you avoid overpricing, but also still making a profit on your products, especially with smaller items like a brush? Shipping costs makes it super expensive. So if you're selling something as far as a brush, you just really have to know your profit margin. And that goes for any type of product. You need to know your profit margin. I always stress the importance of having a profit margin of no less than 50%, and as high as you want it to go, depending on your profit margin. You always need to make double of what you paid. So this little thing right here I got from IKEA, right? So let's say I want to go ahead and sell this as a stationary item on my site. And let's say I bought this for $10. I am going to sell this no less than $20. And I'm probably going to sell it more depending if I paid for shipping from the vendor. So if I pay for shipping from the price of the vendor, I'm going to include that into the price of this item because I need to get paid back from what I spent with the vendor trying to ship the items to me. So you always need to double your profit, double your price points at all times. Don't go any less, and then go as high as you want to go. Always download the app called Profit Margin. The Profit Margin app is super beneficial. I know I get a ton of comments talking about that all the time, saying that the app has changed, and it has changed. So go on the App Store and type in Profit Margin. It is going to be a navy blue app, and it is going to have a M on it. So I'm going to show you guys what it actually looks like real quick, because that is a question I get a lot. So the app looks just like this, y'all. Hopefully y'all can see it. It is navy blue with a white M, and this is it's called the cost margin calculator. So y'all, helps you a ton when it comes to pricing out your inventory. All you need to know is your profit margin, and then that app does the rest of everything else for you. So definitely go ahead and do that. D Diamond said, I want to launch in May. Is that too soon? It depends on how far you are along with planning out everything. If you don't feel like you're comfortable, do not launch. I don't understand why so many people rush to launch. There is no rush. What is the rush? If you rush, that is the first way to guarantee a shutdown. That is the first way to guarantee a rebrand. That is the first way to mess up things. There is no rush. Right now, a lot of you guys are like, why is your website down? Why is your boutique website down? And that's because I'm in the middle of rebranding. I just hit 1 year as a entrepreneur on Monday, which was February 22nd. So that was the actual anniversary of my boutique. But since I'm in the middle of a rebrand, I didn't get to celebrate the way that I wanted to. And that is completely fine. I'm not in no rush to go ahead and relaunch my boutique, because I want to make sure that this time around, I know a lot more and I'm more knowledgeable, so that way I can effectively do everything when it comes to that. I lost my place trying to look at y'all comments. Let's see where we are. Okay, we are right. There's so many comments. Oh my goodness. Okay, I see where we are. Shania Goodman said, I put myself as my registered agent too. See, perfect. Queen C says, I definitely put myself down. Perfect. And then Butterfly Kisses says, how much does it cost to launch a boutique? I really recommend going on my channel and watching a video that I recently did talking about how much money you need to launch a boutique. And it gives you a step-by-step breakdown of everything that you're going to need to go ahead and launch. But one thing that you do need to know is everybody's price to launch a boutique is going to be different. There is no set amount of money that you need to have to launch a boutique. I will say that you definitely need to have at least, and this is pushing it, at least $1,500. And that is pushing it. And I don't know how I did it. I want to say I probably spent about the same, probably about $1,100. But I made it happen. But everybody's price point is going to be different. There's going to be if you live in a different state than I do, your legal documents might be different. The inventory that you choose is going to be different. The shipping supplies that you choose is going to be different. Your business cards, thank you cards, any inserts that you include, is so many different factors that comes into pricing, and knowing how much money you're going to need when you launch your boutique. Miss Valerie W asks, I understand using LLC is not as well as your business due tax license. What do you think? Definitely. Your LLC and your taxes have nothing to do with each other. Your LLC is pretty much just like a business, like license type of thing. And then your actual taxes have to do with that resale certificate. So once you go through and you have your resale certificate, you'll be able to go through and pay your taxes that way. So that is the way that you are going to go ahead and pay your taxes, is through that resale certificate through your local Department of Revenue. Locks in Business said, how do you create multiple streams of income for one target audience? I kind of get what you're saying, but at the same time, I kind of don't. I would just say, if you want to create multiple streams of income from one actual target audience itself, then you need to find different things that target audience need. Like I said earlier. So if you notice that your target audience loves Netflix and chilling, she loves, what else does she love? she loves Netflix and chilling, she lives down south, different types of things like that, then that means you need to find different verticals and different things that she might be interested in and different things that she needs. The best businesses solve problems. So once you figure out a problem that your actual target audience has and you're able to solve that problem for her, revenue, 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 money flow, money flow, money flow. So definitely figure out your target audience's needs, their wants, and then try to figure out the different things that you can cater to that audience, and that will be your different streams of income that way. Queen Betty says, hi, I wanted to know if you don't license, you are taking your item from Alibaba. Do you get a problem with that? If you don't license, you are taking your item from Alibaba. Do you have a problem with that? Can you rephrase your question and I'll answer it down below? I'm not sure exactly what you mean there. All righty, let me go back up. Every time I go down, I lose my spot. So, okay, I'm right here. So re-ask your question. I'll be able to answer that better. Janice asks, Fashion Go or Orange Shine, is it better to order from all one place? It is hard because I like to see different things on different vendors. You don't have to order all of your inventory from one place at all. Definitely, you really don't. I order from Fashion Go all the time. Sometimes I'll order from Orange Shine. Sometimes I order from LA Showroom. Sometimes I order from Alibaba. It really just depends. You don't have to order from all at one vendor. You don't have to order all of your inventory at one time either. It really just depends on your budget for sure, and it depends on the different items that you're looking for during that time. So Linda's asks, what if you're not able to find models to model your clothing? If you can't find models to model your clothing, you need to either 1, do research and try to find some models, or 2, go ahead and model those items for yourself. Me personally, I've never had a model my clothing. I started right off the gate modeling my own clothing myself. And the reason I did that is one of two things. One, the reason I started doing that is because I have really low trust in people. I'm going to just tell y'all straight up. I have really low trust in people, and imagining me having to depend on someone else to get my brand message across and to actually put on my clothing and model them was a lot. It was mind-boggling for me. So I was like, I can depend on myself. I know that I can come to a photo shoot with my hair done. I can come to a photo shoot with my makeup done. I can look presentable. I know exactly how much time I want to spend taking pictures until I get the picture that I want. With that being said, if you don't get the shot that you want and you're shooting a model and your model's ready to go, then you just don't have a shot. But if you're actually modeling the items yourself, then that means you can go ahead and continue shooting all day. Me, when I was shooting inventory, I always shot inventory on Sundays because that was pretty much my relaxation day. That was the day that I pretty much did nothing. So going ahead and doing that, I know that, okay, if I don't get the shot, I can take a break and I can come back later and finish the shoot. But with having models, it's kind of hard to do that because you're pretty much on the model's time. You're not really like on your set time unless you pay that model. So it really just depends when it comes to preference and the look that you want for your overall boutique as well. So if you don't think that you are fit for your target audience, like me, I am my target audience. The type of person I am is the type of person that I market towards. So it really just depends on a lot of different factors as well. Kiara Michelle asks, does fashion, the Shopify rather, let you design before launching? And the answer is yes. You can design your website before you actually launch it. You don't have to publish it on the back end, but Shopify is going to start charging you. That is one thing I do not like about Shopify at all, is the fact that they make you start paying before you actually launch your boutique. So let's say you want to launch in August and you want to start designing your website in May. Between May and August, you're paying for that website platform, whether you launch it or not. And that's one thing I do not like that Shopify does, is I feel like they should definitely give you the decency and the courage to go through and design your site and get everything set up first before going through and having to pay. But they do have a trial period. I think it's like 14 days, but of course, that's definitely not enough time to make sure everything's good on the back end. Bell Sure Sand said, would you want kids in the future? Definitely. But right now I am getting to the money. I am getting to the bag. And I just don't have time and patience for kids, y'all. Like, definitely not. Like, literally, I'll hold one of my baby cousins and I'm like, here you go back to your mom, because I cannot. Jay Williams asks, hey, Troyia, I'm in Florida. Do you apply for a DBA and LLC? Yes, I would actually do both. So a DBA is going to be doing business as, and then an LLC, of course, is your limit liability company. So definitely go through and just do both, just to kind of cross your T's and dot your I's. Darlene Brown said, great. That's exactly what my daughter do. She have a business too. Perfect. Tanisha Edwards said, hello, what kind of information would you put out there before launching? So as much information that you're going to put during your launch. You need to share everything. You need to share your your shipping policy, your return policy, all of that good stuff. Make sure you guys go ahead and share everything that there is to share before you go ahead and launch, just so that way your audience is aware of everything. I would go through and do some teasers. I would do some graphics. I would share all of the different items that I am actually, promoting and selling during my launch beforehand. You don't want to just have your audience blindsided. You don't want them to go through and go on your website to figure out what it is that you're selling. They need to find all of that information, either whether it be your social media, whether it be your email marketing, text marketing, whether it be an ad, or anything like that that you might want to go ahead and do. Aisha Rose asked, how do you get followers without influencers? So I think I answered this earlier as well. So brand ambassadors aren't necessarily influencers. They kind of go hand in hand, but they are completely different. So brand ambassadors is a good way. Using Instagram as a search engine. So changing your Instagram name and making sure that that is actually searchable, using hashtags, doing a giveaway, different things like that will definitely get you some followers. Teresa Hayes said, do you have a medical scrubs vendor list for sale? I do not, and I'm not actually super familiar with that space either. So definitely there's a ton of people who have scrub vendors. So definitely just do some more research. I'm pretty sure you'll find someone. Miss Valerie asked, how do plus size merchandise compare to regular size? Is it best to not make limits at all? It really just depends on your target audience. So if you are, marketing towards plus size women, then of course go through and only get plus size clothing. But if you are, marketing towards, women who are just regular sizes, then go ahead and only buy inventory for that. It depends on the vendor as well. So if you shop with Zanana, for example, that's one of the vendors I shop with all the time. They allow you to go through and choose regular size and plus size in one pack. So they'll have a pack from small all the way to 2X sometimes, or 1X sometimes. So that way you're able to go through and you have a full range of some more sizes. But it really just depends. The Human Flower said, while I was waiting on the webinar too, y'all. That webinar literally, Sunday, I kid you not, I was at brunch and I'm like, okay, 30 people joined the webinar. Okay, that's cool. And then literally just yesterday or day before yesterday, I looked and it was over 115 people and I had to shut it down. So I'm sorry, there will be a replay. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do the replay yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it on YouTube or upload it on my website, but there will be a replay available if you guys aren't able to join the webinar. D Diamond says, what is the biggest mistake you made starting your business? The biggest mistake I made starting my business, I actually have a video that I'm waiting for my sponsor to go through and approve, and then that video should be up soon. And I did an entire overview of, or chit chat, get ready with me, discussing 1 year in business and some of the different mistakes I made. But the biggest mistake I made when starting my business was not getting an accountant. And I know I don't talk about taxes a lot, and that's because I'm not super familiar with taxes. So I'm not going to get on here and give you guys information about anything that I'm not familiar with. So that's why I never talk about taxes. I barely talk about the legals and all of that good stuff because I'm not super familiar in that space. So me not getting an accountant was definitely the worst thing that I could have made for my business. So I got one when I first started out, and I worked with her for a little bit, but she wasn't even filing my taxes for me. So I had to go ahead and fire her. So not getting a good accountant and not getting somebody that, really had interest in my brand and helping make sure that everything was good on the back end was definitely the biggest mistake that I could have made, was not getting an accountant to handle all of my taxes and all of my legals and all that good stuff. So Royal D Collection said, I live in New York, but I plan on moving to Florida. How much is the resale certificate in the state of Florida? Resale certificate in Florida is free. It is 100% free. I heard somebody in the comment section talking about Alabama or Mississippi or something like that was charging $500 for a resale certificate. And I think that that is absolutely insane, especially since you're going to have to pay taxes. If you want me to not pay taxes, I'll pay $500. That's perfectly fine. But having to pay money for a resale certificate and I still have to pay you taxes is completely absurd. So yeah, Florida is free. Shania Goodman says, do you think it's okay to include luxury and affordable items into your boutique? I wanted to provide both for my customers. In my head, it's a good idea. What do you think? It really depends on the way that you market it. So if you are going to be having a luxury section on your boutique, I would make sure that it's indicated that it's two separate things. So I would have a affordable section and then I would have a luxury section. So that way your customers aren't confused with the two. Because in a sense, if you have affordable and luxury, you kind of have two different target audiences in a way. So that means you're marketing towards people with higher incomes. And at the same time, you're marketing towards people with lower incomes as well. So it really just depends on the way that you market. It can definitely be done, but it definitely depends on the way that you market it. Okay, Nurse Moore said Florida's resale certificate is free, and it is. Kate Nicole says, can you repeat the site for the website builder? The website builder that I usually use is Shopify. I use that, and then I order all of my themes. I never use any of Shopify's themes. I get all of my themes from Theme Forest. And the theme that I use, I cannot pronounce it, but I'm going to type it in here because I can't pronounce it. I know I'm going to butcher it. And that is the theme that I use. It's called Wakowi or something like that. I can't say it. Miss Valerie Smith asks, what are some of the worst mistakes starting out? I just answered that, not starting out with an accountant to handle my taxes. Marlene asks, how do you go about ordering samples from vendors? Do you just go based off of one piece of clothing, or do you sample everything you're going to launch? It really depends on the vendor. If you're going to be ordering from Fashion Go, LA Showroom, Orange Shine, they do not allow samples. You can contact the vendor and ask, but you can't buy a sample directly from that vendor. However, if you are going to be getting clothing from Alibaba, AliExpress, or anything, or those Chinese-based vendors, they usually do allow you to get samples, but then you're also paying like a hefty shipping fee. So you're still going to be paying probably like in between maybe $20 to $50 for shipping for just one piece. And I mean, it can definitely save you a lot of money if you, without having to, purchase that whole entire full pack. But samples is tricky. It really just depends on the vendor and if they allow samples or not. So you have to reach out and ask. Lady asked how to grow your Instagram account. I just answered that. Sharika asked, can you do luxury and affordable together? I just answered that as well. Victoria Jackson asked, if I apply with my city, do I need to do a certificate formation with the state? You definitely need to have business documents in place. I'm not exactly sure what a certificate of formation is called. It really, a lot of these documents, you guys have to understand, they're called different things in different states as well. So in Florida, ours is called the resale certificate or resale permit. I know in different states that they are called something completely different. So it really just depends on what that item is called. But send me an email as to what you're saying, or go ahead and leave it down below so I can answer that for you. What were the best choices I made when starting out? The best choice I made when starting out was starting out with one pack and starting out with a vendor by the name of Shop WTD. So Shop WTD, I just put that in the comment section as well. That was the best decision I made when starting out, y'all. Going ahead and shopping with Shop WTD was a lifesaver for me because they do one piece per pack. Or one size per pack. So you guys know when you go ahead and shop with a lot of these vendors, they do 2, 2, 2. Which means 2 small, 2 medium, 2 large, right? However, shopping with Shop WTD as a vendor, they do 1, 1, 1 pack. So that means 1 small, 1 medium, 1 large. And the reason I wanted to go ahead and start by doing that is I wanted to test to see what different items would, work best with my audience. So that gave me the ability to add more styles. I started out with 14 styles because I did 1, 1, 1 packs. I was able to test to see the different items that my customers like, to see the different things that they would gravitate towards on my site as well. So that definitely saved me a lot of time and a lot of money as well. So definitely good choice there. Marlene Axe says, what is the best camera for clothing product pictures? I have the iPhone 12 Max Pro. And this camera is pretty good. If you have the 11 Max Pro, that camera is just as good as well. I actually kind of prefer that camera better than this one. And that is the camera that I was using to go ahead and take all of my boutique pictures. I actually recently got this one. So all of the pictures that you guys see on my Instagram page were the iPhone 11 Max Pro. So, yep. SheX Way asks, how do you go about filing taxes? Do you do them quarterly or yearly? It really depends on your state, but I go ahead and do mine quarterly. Marlene asks, how do you deal with USPS? Like, do you have a membership or do you pay per shipment? I pay per shipment. And the reason that I pay per shipment is because I don't want to go ahead and get a membership with them because, y'all, USPS be with the games, as we can see. So I do not go ahead and do a membership with them just because I rather pay per shipment and then have that transfer on over onto my Shopify and then allow it to just bill me at the end after I meet that $100 threshold that they have. Rhonda Ever asks, how do we shop on your store? It says you need a password. My store is in the process of a rebrand, so my entire site is completely down. As you guys can see, I don't post much on my actual business social media account for my boutique just because I am in the middle of rebranding, and then more details coming soon. But y'all, this rebrand is going to be lit. I'm going to be doing a lot of more videos talking about my rebrand and the different strategies that I'm using for you guys who are going through a rebrand process and period as well. Saucy Swag says, I'm launching my boutique on March 1st, having trouble with gaining followers on Instagram. Should I pay for promotions? Try a bunch of different taxes. Do some giveaways, hire some brand ambassadors, make sure you're using hashtags. Do a lot of more of the organic approach and definitely put your all into it. It might be your content might be lacking something, or it might be your wording or something, or the pictures that you're posting might not be clear enough for people to be enticed to even follow you. So just make sure you cross all of your T's and dot all of your I's so that way you're able to garner some of those followers. Cherie says, before launching, would you run a pilot first? No, I wouldn't. As long as you do everything that you need to do to go ahead and launch, you took your time to plan everything, you made sure that your launch was exciting, there's no need to do a pilot. I mean, you can do a soft launch and a hard launch, definitely, but I wouldn't recommend doing like an actual pilot at all. Rosary asks, how does your target audience find you? Do you recommend running Instagram ads? So your target audience can find you in a number of different ways. So one of the main ways that your target audience can find you that is a really good and effective way that your target audience can actually find you relatively fast is for you to reach out to brand ambassadors and influencers. So let's say I want, what is a popular influencer that everybody knows? Jada, DollBabiez, baby mama, right? Let's say she's a really popular influencer, right? So let's say she fits the exact persona of my consumer. She fits exactly who my customer is. Her entire personality traits is exactly how I want my customer to be, right? Then I'm going to reach out to her. I'm going to ask for her media kit. I'm going to ask for her rates, different things like that. Reach out to her, get those rates, pay her, send her my product. She's going to post. More than likely, a lot of her a lot of her following is exactly like her. You follow people who you are like. You don't follow people who aren't like you, if that makes sense. You follow people who have similar interests as you. So same thing when it comes to influencers. Her influencers then, or her followers rather, are going to gravitate towards your brand and will be more inclined to follow you because they have similar values and have similar traits and different things like that. So brand ambassadors and influencers are a great way to garner a good following and to get more people to find your brand, because more than likely that brand ambassador's following is just like them, if that makes sense. So that is a really good way to go ahead and get your target audience to find you. I do not recommend running ads when you are starting out. And I will say that 1,000 times. Do not run ads when you first start out. It is the first way to waste money. And the reason that I say that is because you have no idea who your target audience is. When you are starting a business, you are shooting, right? You are shooting targets at your target audience, right? When you don't know who your target audience is, you have a persona, you have an idea as to who your target audience is. But when you do not know exactly who your target audience is, you are then throwing blank shots. And we do not want to throw blank shots at all. We want to make sure we know exactly who our target audience is before we purchase an ad. Y'all, we got a ton of questions. I'm probably not going to get to all of this. It is 7:25. I'm going to answer a couple more, and then at 7:35, we are going to announce the giveaway winner. I lost where I was yet again. All right. So many questions. Oh my goodness. I have to do this again for you guys so that way I can answer all of these. Where was I? Okay, right here. Miss Valerie W said, is it possible to ship both ways according to what your product being sold is? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by ship both ways. Clarify down below, and then I'll probably be able to answer that. How long did it take you to launch? I actually planned my launch about a year before I actually launched. So I planned it for about a couple months, but I was a senior in college at the time. So I was planning my launch during my senior year of college. I ended up getting a job in New York. So everything, literally all of my plans for my boutique, I always knew I wanted to open a boutique, but all of my plans for it kind of got put on the back burner because I was following my career field and I moved to New York to be a publicist. So after that point, literally I bought inventory and everything. Literally my inventory just sat at my grandma's house in like the closet until I actually wanted to actually launch with that inventory. So when I was in New York, I was like, okay, this is something I really want to do. Of course, New York is known to be the fashion capital of the world. So me just seeing so many different people in different, dressed differently and all that good stuff that really inspired me. So at that point, I went ahead and I started planning my launch. And I want to say it took me about 3 to 4 months to actually launch my boutique. And that really just helped me a lot with my background. My background is in PR and marketing. So when it came to marketing and branding and all that good stuff, that was already good to go. It's just that some of the different things that I wasn't super educated on is what I spent a lot more time on. So it really just depends on you, your level of expertise. I do not recommend rushing a launch. Take your time. There is no rush to go ahead and launch your boutique. Next question is, what website would be good for new boutique owners? Shopify all the way. Lexi reacts, I am starting a plus size women's boutique. Would you recommend starting with sizes extra large through 3X or just 1X to 3X? I would recommend doing extra large through 3X so that way you have that wide range. The more variety you have, the better. So definitely, because you could have people message you and say, hey, do you have this in extra large? And then you don't have it. And then it's like, dang, I could have just got it. So definitely extra large through 3X would be good. Ambry said, can you start a business without an LLC? Yes, you can. I highly would not recommend doing so though. Make sure you handle your legals. That is the first way to tell if you are dedicated to your business. So if you're willing to open up your business without handling everything on the back end, the first thing you want to do is make money, purchase inventory, and sell your items. Then that means that you aren't super serious about your business. So make sure you handle everything on the back end as far as legally to make sure that you are setting yourself up for success. Queen C says, every time I reach a milestone like 50, I do a giveaway 100. Yep, giveaways are really, really good ways, a good marketing technique. First time viewer of your live, hey. Shania Goodman says, this is great information, tips and tricks. If y'all think I should go on live once a week on YouTube or on Instagram, send me the thumbs up emoji in the comments right now. And if I get a good amount, I will go live every single week because it is so many questions and I feel bad not having the time to be able to sit here and go through everything. So if y'all think that I should go live at least once a week on YouTube, give me a thumbs up in the comments or like this video so that way I know. But definitely give it a thumbs up. I think I'm going to go ahead and start doing that because, y'all, it is so many questions. And I want to get to the giveaway winner so we can go ahead and announce that. So I'm going to answer 2 more questions and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So it's just that how to set up shipping with Shopify. That is a really broad question. So I would go ahead and do some research on YouTube to see how to go ahead and do that. It's a lot of steps. It is a ton of steps. So make sure you go ahead and just do some research, play around with the system a lot. When I went ahead and did it, I didn't do any research. I like figuring out things on my own sometimes. So that way, when it comes to me doing it, I can know how to actually do it. So I was able to go through and just play around with it a little bit, and then eventually I went ahead and figured it out. Mitchy Boo's Closet said, I just watched a 52 to 72 profit margin video you did. Yep. So my profit margin is in between 52 and 72%. Would you have a record of this live? Yes, this live will be saved on my YouTube channel. What else is another question? She's full of gems. This is food for my brain. Thank you. And of course, I'm sitting here answering these questions, quickly. So if you guys do have any questions pertaining to your business as a whole, go through and book a one-on-one coaching session with me, y'all. My one-on-one coaching sessions for the month of March are booking up super, super fast. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the link here so that way you guys can go ahead and book a coaching session with me. I know I'm going on here and just answering these questions off the top of my head, but it's nothing like me sitting down with you, actually answering these questions for you. So that way I'm able to get a better understanding as to your business. We can sit down, talk about your target audience, break that down, and all that good stuff. So I'd love to sit down and actually have conversations with you guys. So that way I'm able to give you feedback according to your business and not just, some of the answers that I'm coming up with off the top of my brain as well. So here is the link. I just went ahead and put that down in the chat so you guys can go ahead and book a coaching session with me. My coaching sessions for March are booking up super fast. And then I have some for April already booked as well. So make sure you guys go ahead and book your coaching session with me. And we are going to go ahead and get started and answer and pick the winner for this giveaway, y'all. I am going to sip on me some wine because I am a little parched. So, yeah. I'm going to take a quick picture and boomerang with y'all. Let me make sure my hair look good. And then we're going to go ahead and answer some questions. Alrighty, perfect. Okay, so I have a system right here on my monitor that is pretty much a random comment generator. So I have everyone's comments already generated into this system. And what I am going to do is I am going to take a picture of the winner on my phone, and then I'm going to turn around and show it to you guys on the screen, just because I don't even think that there is a screen sharing type of service on here. I doubt that there is. It don't look like it. I'm not going to play with YouTube Live because I'm not familiar with YouTube Live. But I'm going to go ahead and hit the start button. And it is going to generate a winner over here. I'm going to take a picture of it, and I am going to share it with you guys so that way you guys can figure out if you are the lucky winner or not. I'm super excited to announce the winner, and you guys will get your items very, very soon. So I am going to go ahead and hit start. Yay. We have our first winner. Our first winner is Coco H. So Coco H, if you are watching the live, congratulations. Congratulations. So Coco H is the winner. Her Instagram name is KXCOCO, and she is the winner of the giveaway. So congratulations. All right, so I'm going to go back, and I am going to choose another winner. All right, so we are going to pick another winner. All righty. And our last winner is Life with DollBabiez. Babies or Barbies or whatever that says. Congratulations. You are the winner as well. Congratulations. And y'all, of course, I'm nice and I'm generous. And it is 180 of y'all on this live. So of course, I'm going to choose another winner. But this winner is only going to get a one-on-one coaching session with me. So if you want a one-on-one coaching session with me, go ahead and give me some thumbs up in the comments. And we're going to choose another winner. And that winner will only get a one-on-one coaching session with me. That will be their only prize. I'm feeling generous today. Y'all have really showed out with all of these questions in the comments. So give me some thumbs ups. And we are going to go ahead and choose another winner for only a one-on-one coaching session. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing again. Drum roll, please. Let's see. Alrighty. Boom. So our next winner is the best themes. Right here. Boom, boom, boom. And she is our last winner of the giveaway, and she will be receiving only a one-on-one coaching session. So congratulations, everyone. Congratulations. It's so many comments and so many thumbs up, y'all. Like, it's literally so many. I'm going to take another picture because, y'all, this is just beautiful. Like, y'all are really showing out for me, and I'm super excited. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I see all the thumbs up. So we will be going on live at least once a week. I'm going to do like a pilot, and we'll see how it goes. On Wednesdays, I will be doing a wind down Wednesday over at Her Hustle Academy. So make sure you guys go ahead and follow her at Her Hustle Academy on Instagram. We will be doing like wind down Wednesdays where I'll be answering some questions on there as well. Some days we will have live guests on there as well. So make sure you guys are following at Her Hustle Academy. Make sure you guys are following at Troyia Monay. And yeah, congratulations everyone on everyone that won the giveaway. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm super excited. If you guys have any additional questions, send them to my DM. I'm going to try to flood out my DM and answer everything over there. But if you do have any thing that you guys want me to promote, go ahead and send me an email. herhustleacademy@gmail.com. And I'll go ahead and promote your items during my YouTube videos, during the video. So thank you guys so much for everything, all the love, all the support. Thank you for 20,000 plus subscribers, y'all. It is lit. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.